All right, we'd have to bring a pause to the sports show this morning, of course, to join our correspondent, Ini Omoni, standing by, of course, covering the crisis ongoing in Rivers State. Ini Omoni, standing by.
Finally, it's about to go down. Finally, House of Assembly is going down.
That there were some leakages at the rooftop and some part of the places, and they've been calling for a renovation, not now and over time, and they were happy with the fact that the governor is actually demolishing this to restructure and rebuild them a better edifice. But we do know that there are controversies about why this building is going down, and one of it is, according to the official statement released by the office of the governor this morning, is that this building is being brought down because it failed integrity test due to the arson that happened weeks back. But we do know that there are other controversies that is allocated to the reason why this building is going down. One especially is the fact of the defection of the PDP, 27 PDP lawmakers who defected to APC. Now, we also got information that currently, earlier today, the governor actually presented the budget, which is over 800 billion naira budget, to the 4 lawmakers remaining that have not defected somewhere in an undisclosed location. Now, these are the happenings that are here. If you look beside me here, you see there are heavy-duty trucks just waiting around, demarcating the roads just to barricade. This is actually called Moscow Road, just to barricade display and to impede any form of movement, except for officials of the government. Now, this is what we have here. We've seen a lot of police presence. We've seen the DSS. We've seen so many of the security operatives here. And we can't say so much now because this is the information we have, but we do know that as things unfold, we'll be able to update you.
All right, Nee, well, thank you for that update. But you talked about how, there are lots of controversies surrounding this particular demolition, especially, looking at the fact that more than 27 people actually defected. So what do you have to say about the timing? Because it seems like from the video that you actually posted, the ladies speaking were saying that it seems to be everywhere that's being demolished, and not just the parts that were burnt, or even just the parts that had some leakages. What do you have to say about that?
Yes, it's quite surprising, and sincerely, if I'm to judge by myself, although I'm not supposed to be a judge here, when we came here the last time, we could tell a portion of the complex that was actually set on fire, and we knew that it was the hull chamber, not every part of the complex, which was just towards the left-hand part of this structure, as we see here. But as it seems now, every part of this structure, the hull chamber, the offices, are being destroyed. Now, if this was supposed to be for restructuring, one of the things we would observe is that some items will be recovered or will be taken out of that place before the demolition occurs. But we can still see that air conditions, some of the office appliances are being demolished with the structure. So that raised a lot of questions that, okay, if you wanted to demolish this and actually restructure, then you could at least save some items, because at the end of the day, taxpayers' money are going to be used to actually rebuild this structure. So we could as well save some of those items and, use those items when the structure is back on us. These are the questions on people's mind. And one of the controversies that has been hinted is that once there is no assembly for the lawmakers to sit, then of course they can't pass any unlawful, in their own words, unlawful judgment or resolution against Governor Fubara.
All right, I really want to, harp on what you have actually just said. And you actually did say earlier that information reached you that the governor presented the 2024 budget to 4 people at the government house and not in the chamber. What are the likely implications of that?
Okay, so not at the government house. What we heard was that at an undisclosed location.
Okay.
So no one knows where, no one really has that information, but we could tell, and information from deep source has told us that the governor has actually presented the budget with the 4 people headed by the Edison Ehie faction, who is the current speaker, and of course who got the court injunction to remain the speaker recently due to all the issues that has been going on as regards his being the speaker or not. But one thing is sure, we can't tell for a fact if this will actually hold, if passing that budget, because according to what we heard, it has even passed the second reading with the 4 lawmakers. But we don't know if this will hold. And speaking about the legitimacy of the 27 lawmakers who defected from APC, from PDP to APC, and some will say if they go to court, they might actually win, and they might actually not get their seats vacant, because currently the PDP has reached out to INEC to actually declare their seats vacant. But we do know under the new Electoral Act that a lawmaker can actually defect to another party if there are crises within his party. Now, these are some of the intricacies and some of the things that are still holding a lot of people bound as to what will happen. But one thing we're sure of right now is that now there is no National Assembly for lawmakers to sit. Now, this is supposed to be where everyone will come in and form a quorum, which is, we have about 31 lawmakers in Rivers. Now, 27 have defected to the APC and are supposed to be sitting here. Now, if they are not sitting here, where else can they sit? Where else do they need to make a resolution? And let's not forget that the remaining 4 are being headed by the current speaker, who has been affirmed by the court as the Speaker of the House of Assembly. So there are questions to if the governor actually has the backing of that speaker and they form quorum and is adopted by the deputy speaker as to whatever the bill is being presented, the budget is being presented, then of course things can go on as planned.
All right, Nii, well, just before we go, we actually thought that the governor of Rivers State and his father, Nyesom Wike, had actually patched their relationship up. What are you hearing on ground, about both of their relationships? And considering that most of the speakers loyal to the former governor, that's Nyesom Wike, have actually defected, is there a likelihood of Wike himself defecting to the APC as well?
A lot of people, even I can't answer that question, Dashin.
That's what I'm asking. Sure, what are you hearing on ground?
There's a political game going on here. Yes, there's a political game going on here, and we've come to understand that politics in Nigeria, political mathematics in Nigeria is not correct. It's absurd. It's rare. It's just different on a whole new level. Yes, we understand that when this issue came up earlier in the year, there were controversies as to what part Wike had to play, what part Fubara had to play, and they went to see the president and they actually got a resolution. But we could tell from some of the body language and from statements from various parties, Wike especially, speaking about him having a political structure that can be destroyed in Rivers State. Now, this has not gone down well with so many people. And a lot of people actually didn't feel Fubara was going to act because they feel he's a very gentle person and, just does his thing and in a very solemn way. But this has actually proven that he's ready to go beyond. Although many people still don't know, there are still no claims as to if this is related with the ongoing impeachment mode, because let me break this down. The fact is that there are rumors on ground that Wike is making a move to impeach the governor because he's not being loyal, because he's not giving him the necessary attention, access to some of the things they need to do attention they need to do in the state. And this has been ongoing for years. Let's not forget that under Wike's regime, Fubara was actually a very, very main official under his regime that actually operated for him. And Wike is Fubara's godfather. And he himself installed Fubara, because I do remember during the Thanksgiving, he spoke so highly of him. But one thing people have said that has caused this rift is the Shanghai farm, which is supposed to give employment to a whole lot of people. But Wike does not want that farm to actually be put up, because the farm was initiated by his predecessor, which is Rotimi Amechi. Now, there are a lot of diversity about this issue. And sincerely, if we keep digging into this, we keep getting more and more questions. But the thing is now that we do not know what next will happen with this move that Fubara has actually put up here, because people were thinking it's going to just take it seemingly and, try to settle it as he has been doing before. But this move now has raised a lot of questions and eyebrows, and the people will be expecting something to happen. Maybe not for bad, but of course, we'll be looking at what next step allegedly the Wike party now will be saying or will be doing, since he has Fubara, has the speaker on his side and has 4 of the members on his side. And there's still the question of if the 27 lawmakers that defected can still keep their seats. Are they going to court? Is PDP going to court? Will INEC reply them? Now, these are so many other questions. But of course, as we keep staying here and trying to understand what is going on, I'm sure more will unfold and we'll be able to give more information. But at least now, the people of Rivers State, they might be a little bit happy with the fact that maybe the budget will be passed. But is it really passed legally? Now, those are the questions that remain answers to be given to.
Well, we do hope that this demolition is, as they say it is, a renovation, and that the crisis in Rivers State doesn't escalate further. But thank you so much, Nii. We're glad to have you on ground. We will definitely be reconnecting with you at a later time to give us an update of the Rivers State crisis.
Thank you, Dashan.